Hey guys, I wanted to jump on here today and just have a little chat with you. This morning I woke up and opened my YouTube and came across this video that talks, the YouTube page is called Be Inspired. I'll go ahead and link the video below. The video talks about self-discipline and how this goes hand in hand with self-love. I've been reading this book that's called The Four Agreements. It's by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's a practical guide to personal freedom. And in the chapter I was reading today, he talks about doing your best and how that goes hand in hand with self-love. And it made me think about that video I watched this morning, which again, I'll link down below. We often think that self-love means things like giving yourself affirmations, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, "You're beautiful," or things of that nature. But we don't always think about how action and self-love go hand in hand. I think sometimes we think about that in other relationships. We think, well, if someone else loves us, they're going to show us with their actions. But when we think about our own love and our self-love, do we ever think, well, am I showing myself that I love myself with my actions, or is it just words? In the video that I watched, they talk about discipline being self-love, meaning, I'll just give you an example with diet, with food, with what you fuel your body with. You say you love yourself, but you're fueling your body with junk. You're not eating the right things. Maybe you're emotionally eating, or maybe you're just eating for pleasure, eating for that, tasty, delicious pizza. It's that instant gratification. But after you eat that pizza, you lay in bed at night and you think, damn, I should not have eaten that pizza. I failed myself. I gave up on myself. And you kind of go through this process of guilt and almost punishing yourself. Is that self-love? Is that self-love? Is self-love protecting ourselves from ourselves? Literally protecting yourself from that other self that maybe isn't so willing to put in the work. In the book I was reading, he talks about doing your best and how doing your best goes part of loving yourself. In everything that you do, whether it's making your bed or exercising every day or following that diet, are you disappointing yourself, or are you doing your best? Because if you truly do your best, then there will be no room for disappointing yourself, for guilt, or for self-doubt. If you're truly doing your best, then you'll be happy with yourself. And if you're truly doing your best, then you would not have indulged in that pizza, right? So it kind of just talks about how this goes hand in hand, and it got me thinking a lot. Obviously, that's what I'm reading this book for, why I watch inspirational videos. It got me thinking a lot about how I love myself. And I've always been somebody who considered myself to have really good confidence. I don't think I've ever had like really low self-esteem or anything like that. But it really got me thinking, do I really love myself in the right way? Because I often disappoint myself, I'll be honest. I tell myself, I'm gonna watch less TV and I'm gonna read more. I'm gonna drink more water and less coffee or less soda. And I'll follow through for a few days maybe. And the next thing you know, I'm back to my old habits. And I do go through the process of guilt. We've all been there. Is that something that is worth it? Is that instant gratification for the slice of pizza or watching TV instead of reading your book? Is that instant gratification worth disappointing yourself, hurting yourself, and causing yourself to have self-doubt? Discipline is often a negative word. In the video that I watched, they talk about that. Again, I'll link it below. They talk about discipline being used in a negative way as punishment. But discipline can also be a positive thing. That discipline in your loving yourself will teach you to follow through with your own promises. Because you owe it to yourself. You have to love yourself enough to know, I deserve to follow through with my promises, and I deserve that long-term gratification, which sometimes can be out of sight. Sometimes it sounds better to go out drinking with your friends than staying home and working on the project you have to turn in. We have to remember to love ourselves. Love ourselves with action and with words. And that's something that I'm going to try to work on. I'll work on myself, and I hope you can work on it too. Don't forget, love yourself.